doesn't matter. Whatever. This type of food poisoning made me shit for 3 days.
Your whole hockey team watched the OC.
Yeah. Just boys being boys, baby.
Friendship. Oh,
And we are off.
Wow, who's this man? Welcome to Friendship Hour. My best friend Jason Sellin and I are excited that you're here with us today. This is episode,
I don't know, 6?
I think it's episode 6. We've made
So
it.
we've done this for 6 weeks now. I read, I was trying to see how to get more people listening,
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you have to plan ahead. And it's like, okay, well, we didn't do that. And then they're like, you have 8 weeks to really make it. It's like, all right, well, we got 3 more, and then we're fucked. So
That's why it's funny. We didn't even think, we were just so gung ho about getting it out. We didn't think for a second to record 4 and have.
Yeah,
some
they
in the
said
pipeline.
record 3 ahead of time, so you can. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
That's
I
very
think
smart.
yeah.
Can you hear the fan that's blowing on my microphone right now?
I can't tell if it's your fan or my fan in my ear. So I think we both have fans going. It doesn't matter.
It's
It's
just
hot
too
as
hot.
hell. It's what, it's 33 Celsius. And if
Another-
you're one of the 4 listeners listening from the States, it's hot as fuck. It's humid as hell, and it's wet. My ass was wet sitting at a
Sticky.
park.
Just
I was sitting at a park, and I got up, and my entire ass was wet.
Oh, it's so gross.
It also rained this morning, so hopefully it was from that, not just ass sweat.
It's just damp. Everything's sticky, and it's hard to be happy. It's the truth. It's just hard to be smiley without being liquored up. So that's why.
That's why I'm drinking a beer, baby.
Yeah, I don't have any beer. I have a Gatorade because I was thinking about Gatorade, how funny it is. Because if you don't do exercise, you're just drinking a sugar drink.
Yeah, it's just sugar, dude.
you're just getting fat on something that you've seen Michael Jordan drink.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it's good for you.
Also, you just reminded me of those old Gatorade commercials where the athletes would sweat Gatorade.
Yeah,
It's
that's
you're
gross.
making me want to lick just a person now. I'm 9 years old. I
That's
just want to
right.
lick a dude,
When it was black and white and just the beads of their sweat,
Yeah.
the color
The
of
yellow
Gatorade.
and green, neon sweat. I was like, I just want to lick this dude hanging off this rim right now.
Sidney Crosby looks delicious right now. That's funny.
I've been watching, I don't know. I saw that Jeopardy was coming back on Netflix. I was excited for that.
Well, good for you. You should be watching better things like Jeopardy for your fucking mind and your health.
I told Oren to watch Indian Matchmaking on Netflix. I've watched 5 episodes of Indian Matchmaking in a day and a half.
You're fucked. And let me tell you something. I watched maybe an episode and a half. First of all, I remember the Mindy Project being much funnier.
I wanted you to watch it just for this one lady. I guess you'll put her picture up later. Aparna.
Aparna.
Just
Okay,
the most
yeah.
negative fucking.
Dude, that woman, she's so hateable.
What?
But I hate these editors, because they just make her seem like the worst,
They do.
They cut her up like she's just the bitchiest girl in the world. And then she goes on that actual date, and you see that she's not that bad. It's
Keep watching, dude. Keep watching. We're 3 episodes later. She gets mad at a dude for talking to a waiter for too long.
Yeah,
She gets mad at him because she's like, if you're not spending every second concentrated on me, what are we doing here? It's like, he's just being nice to the waiter. What are you talking about?
But that's hilarious also because she actually, what I saw so far, she made it seem like she doesn't want the person to pay too much attention to her. So it's like she has no idea what she wants.
She said she hated comedy. She hated people who tried to get laughs.
Yeah, I laughed so hard at that part because there's also this other, there's the very pretty lady, the very tall, very pretty one.
Yeah, who can't find love.
And so first of all, just the premise to understand. Well, Jason made me watch this show that he watches with. Jason watches a lot of weird shows, always with your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Tell me, do you scissor before or after you watched?
As we watch, we rub pussies.
How long have you guys been living together?
I guess technically since March, it's July. I think exactly April, May, June, 4 months.
4 months. So you guys sync up yet, or?
I just bleed out my ass every full moon.
I fucking do. I actually do. Brutal hemorrhoids. So
just an aside that's for the Patreon listeners. We're gonna blur that out, except for
so sad.
Patreon listeners get to hear that Oren has ass problems.
Get me a donut. We're gonna get some sponsors that do hemorrhoid donuts. That'd be amazing. Some comfy hemorrhoids. Anyway, so the show, talk about this. So the show is about Indian matchmaking.
There's this one lady whose job it is to find matches, arranged marriages for.
She's laughing it up because she's just a really expensive Tinder. It's hilarious.
She's analog Tinder. She's got a binder full of people's stats like baseball cards. She's just like, okay, well, this one's 5'3" and this one's 6'1", so it's no good. But I don't know why she's from Brooklyn now.
They're always from Brooklyn.
It's entertaining as fuck, and I think everybody should watch it. And
I think it starts off a bit better because it starts off really making it feel like, because there's like there are marriage and then there's love marriage, and you're like, okay, like that's already a great intro. It's like saying like we're talking about marriage, not love marriage. All right, get your bullshit get your Disney bullshit out of my face, you know. And then they start with like where there's this mother who's fully like doing the shopping for her son, who's like pretty young, you know, and she's starting to say like everything that she wants out of the guy, out of this woman that they're looking for. And at first it's like, you know, like smart and intelligent, and then she starts like with, and I think he would like a very flexible. She wants.
Dude, they all say flexible.
Yeah, flexible. Very tight vagina, open to anal. Exactly. It starts getting weirder and weirder as they're going on. I'm like, how much does the mother goddamn need to know? It's so weird.
Not flexible it's flexible of character, dude. Get your head out of the gutter.
That's not at all. That's not all what she meant. That's not at all what she meant.
She's like, I would like my son to be able to do page 47 of the Kama Sutra. Is that what you think's happening?
Yes, 100%. That's what she did. That's why they played it in this awkward way, and then slowly showed the boy like sitting there being, I like a flexible.
I would like that a lot. I would like that very much, please.
I don't mind. It was so fucking strange. But then it goes more into just a classic reality TV show with like weird hip-hop songs playing out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So weird.
Dude, there's like I'm pretty deep into it because I don't know, something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
And there's this one like millionaire kid whose like mom is pulling out these boxes of like, this is 20% of the jewelry that my son's wife will wear on the wedding day. It's like millions of dollars worth of jewelry.
That's the guy who doesn't know how to admit that he's gay. Is that what we're talking about?
No, this is one that you haven't met yet. You haven't met one yet. No. That one, he's not gay.
Oh, he's so gay. He has no idea. He's like, I don't know how to tell these people.
I really want
I like this in my butt. I like this in my butt.
I want a Prince Albert piercing on the future dick of my life.
All I know is with all that jewelry, he could afford 1 or 2 more buttons for those fucking button downs.
Yeah. Just chest out.
Yeah, so
like
tell me about this other guy.
You live in Mumbai. There's 50 million people there. Do you need to add to the smell?
Oh my god!
With your just open armpits everywhere.
You can't help but feel that in some of the shots and the rooms that they're in. You could just smell it, how intense those smells are. I mean, that cooking, you know, it's another game. Those spices are another game. You ever go to another country? You ever go to another country and eat spices that like you just never eat because you don't eat those at home, and then you smell your BO and you don't even know who you are?
No. I
didn't
summer in Israel.
Yeah, Well, have you ever been to another country besides Boston?
I've been to many states.
Have you been to countries?
I went to Scotland.
Scotland, that's right.
No, I haven't traveled much outside of like white people destinations, like, you know, Cancun and like the Dominican Republic.
Right, or like Thailand.
I've been to many states.
Asia,
no, I have never been there. No, I don't. You've been to Thailand many times.
I don't even know what the country. This country's the best country.
Because I used to be like a road trip guy, so I've driven through like, you know, 25 states. I don't know, but I haven't been west of Chicago. I've been west of Toronto in Canada. I'm not very well traveled. I like.
Yeah. Well, so when you eat, like when you go to a country and you eat shit that you're just never used to eating, you sweat so differently. It's crazy. And if you eat tons of Indian food, you smell like an Indian family. You know, that's just how it goes.
Yeah. If you ask like any of the, I used to like sell condos part time. Like,
of course you did.
Yeah.
Look at you.
And I worked with this. We had a lot of Chinese clients, and I worked with this Chinese lady, nice lady, and she told me that we straight up smell like cheese, white people. Like, you guys smell like cheese, dude.
Straight up cheese. Doesn't even
smell like Emmental. You guys smell like Swiss cheese.
Yeah. Oh, it's so vile. That's a gross smell.
I mean, they don't have cheese. It's a culture without cheese.
That's weird.
Also, that just reminded me. One time I was showing a brand new condo. It was like a showroom, you know, like a model condo. and this whole time it was a Chinese woman with a white boyfriend with like a ponytail, just like balding in the front, ponytail, type
Sounds
of thing.
sick.
Yeah, he's a real cool dude.
Sounds cool shit.
So the entire time she's just like going on about the feng shui, just the feng, it's on the 4th floor, which like 4 sounds like the word for death in Mandarin, so you can't be on the 4th floor. Like the feng shui, there's too many corners in the apartment. The feng shui is bad. The feng shui is bad. The entire time she's just fucking talking about the feng shui, and then she just lets a fucking fart rip, just like just a mom squeaker, right in the middle of the kitchen. And we like that was the end of the visit. That was the end of that was like okay, well I guess we're done here. And she closes the door and I'm alone in the apartment, and I'm like, well, how's that for fucking feng shui? You just
you just fucked up the feng shui for sure. Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. That's such a funny moment. What was her face? What the hell was her reaction to her fart?
You laugh it off, I think. She did the right thing. She laughed it off. But like, how do you take yourself so you can't just talk about the vibes of the room and then just ruin it with your ass? You don't get to talk about feng shui ever again. You turn in your feng shui card.
That's hilarious. I don't know. I find the thing about watching those shows is like those dates is that they're just like awkward most of them, but not even funny awkward, just awkward, Like when when the good looking woman there, the tall one,
what she looks like? She looks like Indian Sarah Silverman.
Yeah, well, that's true. A little, yeah, definitely. That guy has that vibe. She got the great hair. I think that's like killer Indian hair. They sell that hair on the black market for
I never knew that until like last year. Someone told me that like all wigs are like Indian women's hair.
Yeah, and that's like
real hair. Like
they collect it from drains, man. They'll go into like showers, into like public gyms, and collect the fucking hair from the drains and then wash it out and iron it out.
In North America, you have like crackheads like going around stealing copper wiring from old houses, and then over there you just got guys going through sewers being like, "This hair is good."
If you're a homeless woman, you wake up bald all the time. Your hair doesn't stand a chance.
Kids.
Your hair doesn't stand a chance on the streets of Mumbai. Let me tell you that right now.
Shaking your fist at the sky. Not again.
Yeah, I just found so she was dating that like Jay Leno, Indian Jay Leno. You know that guy with the giant chin at the beginning?
Yeah. He ghosts her. Not to ruin the show for anybody. But
oh, really?
Yeah. You never see him again, and she cries.
Oh no, that's the second guy who
okay.
Because I just want her to date the comedian. Obviously, you're just like no, because she gets 3 options. The matchmaker gives this woman 3 options. There's like this one guy who's like a CEO of a bunch of gyms, and then there's this other guy who's from the same country she's from and is a lawyer, and then there's this other guy who's like a doctor but also a comedian.
Yeah, a doctor / improv / stand-up comedian. And it's like go with the fucking.
I was like, go with the funny dude.
Yeah.
And so like, again, I'm not at that point, but I was just like, so the second date, she meets the guy and she likes him. I'm like, oh shit, we're never going to meet the stand-up. I want to see who this dude is. But then again, he does improv too. So maybe not trustworthy,
Yeah. I don't think we ever get to meet the stand-up. So
boo.
That's too bad. But yeah, the improv scene is just like, and I hug the girl again. I hug her tight.
Yes. And that's the entire date. Yes. And
yeah.
So yeah, I watched that. It was okay. I do though, in all the mocking I do of you and these shows, there's one show that is very near and dear to my heart, which is Survivor. I've been watching that show for like, not since it came out. I didn't watch the first 10 years of it, but I think I caught up to it at a certain point.
That's worse then.
Watched all the old episodes, and now every time a season comes around, I get pretty excited about it.
Really?
Yeah. So Carly and I just watched the latest season, and it's
I would
pretty
probably
crazy.
love it, to be honest.
It's great. It's such a great show, man. Survivor is one of the best. People go nuts. Everyone goes crazy. Everyone's a psychopath. It's amazing to watch them all turn on each other. And then there's like these challenges that play like Super Bowl sports, even though they're just doing like a little like race and then a maze at the end, like a slide puzzle, and it's so intense. And these people have eaten a scoop of rice a day for like 30 days, and they're like living in rain. It's amazing. I love the show. Who
comes up with those games? Is it just like the best camp counselors in the country get like scouted?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like some rejected engineers and the best puzzle masters get together, and they really go all out. And the puzzles are amazing, and you want to do them. You're like always thinking, I think I could do that. Oh, that would suck. Some of the endurance shit would be brutal. Anyways, but Problem is, like every season they have this one episode, which is usually closer to the end when there's like 5 or 6 people left on the island, and it's called the Loved Ones episode, right? And it's like they kill one of their loved ones, whoever loses.
You have to throw them in the volcano of eternal virginity.
Yeah. No, what they do is they bring in everyone's a loved one. Everyone's like a fiance or a wife and a kids, you know, and like whoever wins a championship gets to spend the day with their loved one. Okay.
Right.
But like that moment when like they bring in everyone's loved one just so they can hug and see each other, and they're always crying their eyes out, and it's super emotional, you know, and it always gets me a little bit. Like it's always that one time where I'm like, my eyes get a little leaky. And I was like, because it's always like the wife, like, you know, and like, and I was imagining like, man, when I was single watching the show, I'd sit there and be like, man, if I was on Survivor, night to like, if I was on the show right now and they were like, Oren, your loved one's here, everyone, welcome Oren's cat, would just pitter patter down the island, shake, and then run away.
Everyone, welcome Oren's bubby.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking coming in
Just
slowly.
all the walker with the tennis balls at the bottom of the walker.
Oh, yes.
Also, the Loved Ones episode of Survivor, the season that they filmed on Jeffrey Epstein's island, was a little bit different.
That's a whole other
Survivor, Little St. James edition.
Yeah. You're not good at massaging his calves. I really do enjoy that dumbass show for some reason, and I always get excited for this season. But it was weird because they had the finale usually where everyone comes like live into some studio audience, but this year it cut just at quarantine, so Jeff's like in his garage on Zoom being like, this is the finale. Trying to compensate.
Wait,
they
who?
gave away sorry, go ahead.
Who?
Jeff is the host. Jeff Probst.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm not on first names basis. The fucking host.
Come on. The guy's like has it like he probably got plastic surgery, but hasn't changed. Like he looks exactly the same as.
Oh, it's the same dude.
Ago. Same dude from 20 years ago. And what's hilarious about this season is they finally pumped up the funds to $2 million. Now,
a little cost of living adjustment.
It's just hilarious because when that show came out, I don't know if you remember. It was crazy that they were offering $1 million. It was. Like,
it was the most insane. I remember. Yeah. I watched that when I forgot. I must have been like 8 or 9. I was young.
Yeah, and now somehow over the years they never changed the amount, and now it's like the price is right to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
yeah, that would be like $1 million. Wait, what are you gonna do with it? Like, it's a lot of money. Of course, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like 600,000 probably after tax or something like that.
Yeah, that's the thing. They get taxed in the States. That's one thing about Canada is that's amazing. Is anytime you win anything lottery wise or like prize money, it's just all yours, baby.
That's why. So this season was all old winners, and they always talk about the $1 million that they want, like the million. And I would if I would be so bitter, I'd be like, you mean the 6K? Yeah, the 600K. Yeah. The 600K prize, Jeff? Is that what you mean?
550 after my tax guy fucked me out of the 50?
Exactly.
Bad investment.
Yeah. Do you mean that? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, I would always call it out. But you should get.
It depends on where you live. If you live in fucking Ohio, like $600,000, you just buy a compound with like 10 acres of land. You know.
Yeah.
You live in New York City, you just buy a little shoebox. You know, your bathroom is also the kitchen.
Yeah, I always say that. Like when I was a kid, I always dreamed of having $1 million home. I didn't realize it would have 1 bedroom, like 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. You know. Yeah.
There's a place like the next street over from me. It's 500 square feet. It's going for $350, which is not that much because it's Montreal. Like in Toronto, it'd be like 500, but
it's still crazy.
$350,000 for the room I'm in plus a sink.
Yeah. No outdoors, like a tiny balcony, not even.
I don't know, but
it's a big part of it. Yeah, no, it's fucked. But I was thinking about like when I was watching movies when I was single, when I used to live on my own. They're always like depressing because like almost every character's arc ends with them falling in love. It's like almost like how everything goes, you know? And when you're sitting there single, like on your own, it's like you have nothing to relate to, or you're just like, it's just constant reminder that no one gives a shit about you. It's so funny.
Just singing Kokomo while crying while they kiss over a waterfall.
Yeah. They're in love and I will never be. I remember always thinking keys. Just give me one person. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I really kind of like that cat idea.
Yeah. I was just thinking I would like to see, like, besides Jeopardy, I'd also like to see fucking Antiques Roadshow on Netflix. I need a way to access Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah, that show's hilarious. But I
That show's the
really,
best.
what I need for that is like a follow-up show.
Oh, what they do after?
Yes, I want to know if they actually get this amount of money, how much they actually get.
Right.
You know,
There was
turn
one
into like precious gems, and they'll be like be an amazing movie.
There's this one. Wait, what?
What's
oh,
the
you mean
movie?
Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
There was this one. My favorite Antiques Roadshow moment ever is when this guy's got a bunch of like original Andy Warhol paintings, and whatever gets appraised.
Not paintings, but yeah.
Whatever they are. What are they?
Prints.
Oh, fine. And whatever, it gets appraised, it's like 15, 20 grand or whatever. The guy just gasps and he's like, you see him turn over to the side. He's like, "Hey, Ma, guess who's going to Acapulco for the weekend?"
No way. Does he actually say that?
I'll find the clip for you, dude.
A conservative estimate at auction would probably be about $15,000 to $20,000.
No!
So,
Mom, did you hear that? We're going to Acapulco for the weekend.
I go every like 3-4 months. It pops in my head, and I Google it. And I just watch the clip on PBS, and it's the best.
I love those clips that
It's
just
this
put you
like
in a
big
good mood.
gay like.
I love clips that you go back to, you know, like a clip that
Yeah.
you're like, remember this? I haven't seen. There's one of Joan Rivers on TMZ where she says every single bad word against the culture that you can say in a sentence. She's like, everybody is an N-word, a kike, a this, a that. She just goes nuts. It's hilarious. And then she goes, okay, that's it. And then she walks away.
Let me tell you, everybody just relax. Everybody is either a womp, a nigger, a kike, a chink, a fairy, a myth. Everybody's something, so why don't we all just calm down?
God, that
And
is,
TMZ's like, I don't think we can
Yeah.
use all of this, but it's not gonna do anything. She's like,
it's just so amazing. It's one of the best clips ever of someone just not giving a fuck. Yeah, I don't know. This weekend's been like hot as fuck though. I can't even move out of my apartment. I've really done nothing but watch Survivor and your Indian show.
good. A little bit of culture in your life. I went to a dinner on Friday night, like so fucking far away. My girlfriend's like high school
Dinner.
friend and her husband.
You have a
And-
whole new crew of friends.
Dude, I went to this place. I hope they never listen to this because it was just like live, laugh, love the apartment.
Oh my
You know,
God.
or the fucking house, dude. Like pillows that say the beach is not a place; it's a feeling.
Oh my God. What
Good
happiness,
vibes only couch
happiness,
pillow.
happiness isn't a destination, it's a way of traveling.
So it's there, whatever. Fuck. The girl, my girlfriend's friend from high school, nice enough lady. The dude didn't say a word to me the entire dinner.
Really?
The dude didn't fucking say a fucking word to me the entire. It was just 3 hours of silence from this guy. It was fucking insane.
That's hilarious. I
It
don't
was-
know. I've you know those dinners where you're like not excited about it. You're like doing this and maybe it'll be all right. Who knows?
Yeah,
You know,
who
stop
knows?
thinking the way you always think. This could be fine. You
Yeah,
can
this
like,
could be
you
fun.
like, and you get there and you're sitting there just in like, this is worse than the worst.
Dude, I got fed like a vegan burger this fucking size. The
Oh my
cheese
God.
not heated up, the bread
Oh.
not heated up, just cold cheese and bread with a like an how do you over air fry something? Two air fried, and just like plain salad with dressing on the side. And it's just like, sure, you have a newborn baby. I get your baby's a year old. It's a lot of
What is
work. I
that?
get it. It's
No,
not
no,
you,
dress
but-
the salad first of all, okay? Like, how are you gonna raise this kid if you're not even dressing salad? That's
Oh,
fucked.
and we get in there. They have a nice dog. You know, I guess it's a little bit overexcited. The guy's just calling the dog a retard for the first 10 minutes that I'm there. Just you're fucking retard. Just yelling at the dog's face. Just let the dog say hi to me. I'll say hi to the dog. I'll tell it to not jump on me. I'll take care of it. Yeah,
That's so funny. It's such a way to introduce yourself to someone.
I
too.
know.
Like,
And
"Fucking
then he doesn't
retard,
talk to
sorry
me."
about this asshole. Sorry about this piece of shit. It's like- Jesus, man. I went to a dinner once where I fucking, you know, I've been to some that worked out, and it's like I've gone to several that have made me feel better about my awful feelings before going anywhere.
right.
But one, like the person was just, it was just crazy. Just talking to like some people just talk about themselves forever. It's absolutely insane. It's
Yeah,
people who can non-stop talk, like everything you say can go back to them, you know? And
I mean,
and you sit there and you're like, there's so many things I just want to crack jokes, but you can tell how serious they're taking themselves, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just looking at the person who's introduced me to these people and trying to read them to see how I can behave, you know? Because I don't want to destroy a friendship or something by being an asshole, but
No, yeah.
you're just, after an hour of completely faking it, I start to like lose steam. And like, and if you give me a drink, I'll start like just making fun of a lot of the things that you're saying, you know? So
yeah,
it's
I just shut my mouth, dude. The last half hour was me just tapping my girlfriend's foot under the table.
well, at least you can do that.
Yeah.
We left and I wasn't sure what the vibe was. You know what I mean? I was like, was that brutal for her also? Or was that just me who was like, this was the worst? And I remember like not saying anything, and we walked a few steps like until we knew we were clear.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh my God, was that? And I was like, thank God. You know, the feeling like, now we get
like,
to shit talk because I need a good hour.
For the whole, I got a 45-minute car. I was basically in Ontario. I was so far out of the fucking city.
Wow.
Just 45 minutes. At least my girlfriend like just kept pouring me glasses of wine and got me nice and toasty.
You were driving though? That sounds.
I was not driving.
Oh, she was
just feeding me
booze.
Just shitty grocery store wine.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I was having also really random thought about my age because I have
39.
39 going on 47, and I have this picture of myself that like Carly took on our fridge, and I look so old in it. Like it just makes like when I look at it, I'm like, that's just some weird old guy. You know what I mean? Like that's not. I don't relate to it all, but I was thinking like midlife crisis is supposed to be like I'm like 20 years away, not even. You know what I mean?
You're not even 20, dude. You're like 10 years away from your midlife crisis.
Well, 55, 50 is usually people's midlife crisis, right?
Is it really?
I think so.
I always thought it was like 40 to 45.
No, so that's what I think is so funny about a midlife crisis. I was thinking like, I think you have to have your life together to have a midlife crisis. You know what I mean?
You're just constantly in crisis. You're
like,
mid-crisis.
By the time I'm 40 something, I'll have just have paid everything off. I won't be buying a sports car. I'll be happy I own my own fridge. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing, like I can't even imagine what could possibly get me there. You know,
you're finally not paying off your microwave on a monthly payment plan.
Yeah, exactly. No, honestly, that's because I think to have a midlife crisis, you have to have your shit together, and you have to be like, oh shit, my life's so boring, I need to be cool again. Yeah. But if you're just rasping up, like you're just getting your hand over there, then I think you need, like, I just don't think it's even possible. I don't think so I'm like confident that I'm not going to go through any midlife crisis because I'm just still going to be trying.
Because you're already, dude, you're always in crisis. It's just your baseline. Maybe you'll just calm down for a year. Maybe there's going to be a year where you won't be a neurotic bitch.
Just a calm, normal, you know, like, that
well
would be
adjusted.
Cool.
Hello, everybody.
Sounds
My name is Oren Spiro.
I could be an adult, though. You know, like Carly had a sunburn and it was hurting her. And you know what I did? I grabbed a plant from our goddamn kitchen, an aloe vera plant, and I cut that thing open, and you just toothpaste it out, and you get a gel that just.
Well, it's from all that training of you trying to jack off your limp cock.
Need more lube.
You're just squeezing your dick like it's an old tube of toothpaste.
Come on, the trick is that you flick it back and forth is the thing. You just let the hand bob and like hit your balls in your stomach, and you just hope that velocity gets some sort of excitement for it. You know? Trying to get the blood flowing as fast as possible. Yeah. But I felt like some Native American fucking medicine man, you know? Like I was like,
it's weird that shit works, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
when
crazy
you think about it, it's like it shouldn't be that. It should be like science or whatever. I don't know what science is, like magic.
That's when you think
like science like a plant.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is way too simple. You know, I had this like stupid thought in my head, like, wait, so you telling me these bottles? It's just these.
It's just what's in here.
They just put this in there. That's ridiculous. You know, that's a genius. We should do this. We could make millions. No, you would need a lot of aloe vera plants to have a yield, I think.
To make a bottle, yeah, they probably add other shit to it. You want to start a company, dude?
Yeah, I'm down. We can call it. Fuck, I'm just not quick enough. I would have thought I could come up with something funny with aloe vera, maybe a rhyme or something, but.
Just 10 seconds of dead air. I should have been notified of this before. I would have thought of it.
Yeah, I got nothing. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been. You have any shows? Are you thinking comedy
No,
at
I'm
all?
like now I'm retired again. I'm re-retired from comedy because I did my 3 shows that I was booked for.
Yeah, me too. I did like those, and then now I'm in a weird zone because like my friends are like, my friends like, you doing any more shows? And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay, so then in 4 or 5 days you can come hang out again. And I'm like,
shut up.
it's like so annoying that like they're like people I want to hang out with, but they really don't want to hang out if I'm at the bars.
I get it, but like it depends on where you're doing the show. Like some places are so it's better than a grocery store.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm not even really doing anything.
like the club is better than a grocery store. It's better
that's
than a little drugs like a pharmacy where the aisles are tiny and people don't know how to follow the arrows on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just like comedy is weird when you're doing it so sporadically. It just almost feels not as productive.
No, it's yeah, I don't know. And it was weird that I had to like open up the last show, which was nice because it was more.
Oh yeah, I didn't even. So I actually haven't even spoken to you since.
Yeah.
How was that night?
It was fine. It was good, but like forget crowd work. It was like 30 people. It was good.
Oh, that's cool.
But you know, forget crowd work. They don't want to talk to you. They're like, no, you do the. We came here to shut up, and because I've been talking to the person with the at the table with me for the last 4 months nonstop. I don't want to fucking talk. You talk to me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it went fine for what it was, you know. I think there was one super loud, just like person who just did not speak English, just wanted a night out and was just wooing at everything, like every joke, like mid joke.
I hate that. Nothing worse is when you like start and you don't know about that person yet, and they give you a good laugh, and you're like, "Thanks," and like maybe they're the only person that laughed at something little clever that like no one really gets, and you're like, "I like you," and then you realize they're actually mentally unstable and they just react to everything. And you're like, "Oh shit!" This one person that I like gave that like made me feel good for 2 seconds. I just realized is the worst, you know.
No, yeah. So that happened, and I could have dealt with it, but I wasn't going to go back on stage after my first, you know, I wasn't the host of the night, so I didn't the MC. So it's exactly. So if you want to talk through everybody else's sets, go fucking right ahead. I'm out of here, you know?
Yeah. So you didn't shut her up, but with lots of comics there?
Yeah, like 10, 9.
Did they hang out or did everyone leave right after?
I left. I stayed for like maybe 20 minutes after my set, and then I got out of there.
Yeah. Because you went first. So what the fuck?
I went first, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see anybody else? Like, did anybody else do well?
I think it was just like fine for everybody. Like they weren't like they weren't, you know, laughing their heads off. You can't. There's none of that like community spirit, you know, the spirit of the show when you're socially distanced from the other audience members. You know, it's like you really need. Did I say the other audience members? The other audience members. You really need like to be packed in tight. That's why every comedy club that is a basement or looks like a basement where it's like too many seats for what you have. That's why it's so good.
Yeah. When I was at one of my shows, I was like doing one of my jokes where I was a little animated, and I literally like while I was talking saw a droplet of spit like fly, and you're like, no. You want to like grab it out of the air, like, dive to like, but you see it land on the table like right in front, like and like you're like, this is why we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah. There's some clubs that are putting like plexiglass, like a hockey penalty box around the stage. You know,
that's smart. Like that's probably what they're gonna do in strip clubs.
Yeah,
like, why don't I just watch this on TV at this point? They just stopped. It's clear.
Open up that OnlyFans, I guess.
Well, it's very sad that Montreal Improv said they're closing their doors.
Yeah.
So that's
I love that. That was one of my favorite stages to perform on.
They're really sad that
I did like I only performed because it was mostly improv, but then it was open for like just for laughs.
Yeah.
And we did the food show there last year, and that was fun. I like that.
Yeah, I really like that place, and I also like they're like I don't know. It's like sucks that there's no comedy communities, you know, and like when they close down, it's fucking sad, man.
Yeah, there's one other spot for the improv people to go hang out at, Theater St. Catherine, I guess.
Yeah.
It's something else is going to pop up, though. It's like too much of a, you know, like it existed for years, and it took a pandemic to tear it down. Obviously, like rent's probably through the roof now. It's probably insane to try to open a black box theater downtown. Probably have to open it in like Hochelaga or some shit.
Paying for goddamn rent while the company, it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense at all. And so what else? Someone asked me if I wanted to go camping. I was like, fuck that. Are you a camper?
No. Have we talked about this before?
I don't think so.
I think no. Okay, because I
Talk
feel
about
like
axe throwing.
Okay, yeah. Camping's coming up a lot because my girlfriend's comes from a camping family.
A camping family. She's part Jewish.
She's Jewish. And
The only time the Jews camped is the 40 years in the desert when we were trying to find Israel. We don't camp. There's no camping. It's so ridiculous.
yeah, well,
okay, well that's
this
cool.
family does. And
What is their version of camping? Like find like some
I
a campground.
I think it's more.
They have an RV. Is that like?
They don't have an RV, but I think they maybe rent. I don't know, dude. I'm so against that. I fucking hate bugs. I hate camp. I hate being on the ground. I like the AC. I like being inside. I don't like anything.
Dude,
Just
my
don't
sister-
make me go anywhere.
In Israel, my older sister lives in Israel, and she likes to go camping on the beach. Now, let me tell you, the
does
beach
that mean?
part, super cool. Like, you're on the water, see the sunset, the fire, it's cool. But then you go to sleep on sand,
yeah.
with sand everywhere. You pitch a tent up, and she's a whole group of people. Doesn't tell me that most people are bringing these comfy little things that you put down under the thing. Like, I just didn't think about it, and like just like put down a tent and you have to sleep on the sand with rocks and shells under it and some crab trying to fucking figure its way out. It was hell. And camping also, like, it might be a bit better because in the bush it's the bugs, man. It's just like you want to go live where the mosquitoes live, and you're like, no, I don't want to go where everything that wants my blood is.
Where
like,
else would you go camping though? It's always there, isn't it?
If you're even in Montreal, I mean, like versus doing it like in a desert versus the forest. You're not going to deal with like tons of like bugs on the beach, really. Like
Sure.
you're going to deal with in the bush, man. When you go to the bush, it's all about like, I don't know. I haven't gone camping in years. What am I pretending like I know shit? Last time I went camping was
12
just to do
years ago.
mushrooms. Was just to do
Yeah,
mushrooms.
sure.
And we all did them, and we all puked together. We all
Nice little
one
experience.
person had a bad trip, puked, and then it and everyone just puked in a circle, and then we all just looked at each other and we're like, all right, well, I guess we're going to sleep now.
Yeah, no, fuck camping, dude. Also, I want to eat. I don't want to what am I gonna eat? Beans? Just fucking
There's something
beans
nice
and
though.
s'mores.
Oh, hot dogs on a stick. What do I look like? A fucking asshole? I can't even imagine. Hot dog on a stick. Marshmallow. I do a marshmallow, but everyone burns them. It's like always too much for a production,
Yeah. I'll microwave the marshmallow, dude. If I want marshmallows, I'll buy marshmallows. And also, what is a marshmallow?
What the fuck is a marshmallow? First of all, it's made out of pig gelatin, that's for sure. Because I know we weren't allowed to eat it when I was a kid because they're kosher. Oh yeah, they got gelatin for sure.
Yeah, it is gelatin. It's sugar, water, and gelatin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just bones. It's pig bones. It looks
Nice.
like it's a soft pig bone. It's so gross when you think about jellies like that.
Wait, so could you eat Skittles?
No Skittles. Gummy bears were like the big, because they're pure gelatin. They're just like literally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're
I
most
just
of
had
those.
some today.
But marshmallows is the big one. Like you eat a kosher marshmallow, you're like your religion is bullshit. Okay, you'll take one bite out
What's
of kosher.
a kosher marshmallow?
Well, it looks like a marshmallow, but
Yeah.
it's made without
Yeah, but
gelatin.
Okay.
So it's probably what a vegan marshmallow tastes like, and they're stiff and kind of they're gross.
It's just all the fun out of a marshmallow.
Yeah,
You just take it all out.
They just taste like sweet grossness, like marzipan.
Like marzipan.
Call back. It's absolutely awful. But most kosher like snack foods are awful because they take all the gelatin out, and that's where the fun is. A lot of the fun, man. Pepperoni pizza.
What do you mean?
Like things you can't eat as
that-
a good Jewish boy.
Okay.
There's so much fun.
I thought it was like gelatin
Cheeseburger.
in pepperoni pizza.
No,
You mean a
just
bacon
pepperoni.
cheeseburger or just a cheeseburger?
Just a cheeseburger. You can't eat milk and meat. Those are the rules. You can't eat.
You can't eat milk and meat together?
No. But I will say, because you can't
So
eat
what do you
milk and
put
meat.
cheese on?
You can eat cheese on its
What's
own.
the purpose of cheese if there's no meat to it? I mean,
They have a
there's some
dairy
good
diet.
cheeses.
Well, the rules are like interesting because like dairy takes less obviously to digest. So you can eat meat like 2 hours after you or an hour after you eat dairy, but you can't eat dairy for like several hours after you eat meat because of the digestion period.
What is it, like the swimming rules? What are you talking about?
It is. It's crazy because the whole
Also, no running around the pool, huh?
the basis of this stupid rule is that you're not supposed to boil a calf in its mother's milk. And then they went ahead.
We weren't going to do that.
Yeah, I know. No one's going to do that. We do it in water. It's so dumb. But so you miss out on all those fun things. But there was this one thing that I still to this day don't understand, which is a shake and a burger. A burger and a shake.
Dude, have you ever done it?
is the weirdest thing in the world.
I've
to
dipped
me.
fries in a milkshake before, and it's fucking sick.
You're so weird, man. I knew a guy who used to.
I don't do it regularly. I just did it, and it's good.
A guy would do it with nuggets. He would dip his nuggets in his
Okay,
milkshake.
well that I'm against.
It's so gross.
Keep the chicken out of my fucking frosty.
It's so disgusting. And I don't know. Like that's the one thing I'll never agree with. Like a glass of milk with a steak is the most disgusting and vile idea to me. Maybe
That's
because
like
of my Jewish
real
roots.
white people shit. Like my dad does like milk in a pickle or some shit.
Oh my god!
The glass of milk in a pickle.
Shit in the world. That's when you're comfortable with who you are as a human, where you'll just drink a glass of milk and eat a pickle in front and dip the pickle in the milk.
No, you don't dip.
Cookie.
He's not an animal.
Wow, that is so
Did you ever I would do this thing where I would take 4 chocolate chip cookies and put them in the glass and then pour milk and then just smush the fucking chocolate chip cookie at the bottom and eat it like cereal.
No, I don't like soggy anything.
Hell yeah, dude.
Soggy bread stuff is like, throw me.
I loved it.
I'm ready.
Soggy
to
chocolate chip.
Yeah.
that
Toby,
shit.
I'm pretty sure it was my sister or somebody used to like when they finished the chocolate chip, the Oreos, they used to fill the sleeve with milk and drink it out of
Yeah,
that.
that's smart as hell, dude.
To get all the crumbs or whatever. It's like gross. Out of that weird thin plastic that cut the side of your lips.
No, not
that. To drink out of it.
I take it back. It's not smart as hell at all.
You're like
not good.
injured on the side. You're like, ow, this hurts. Like freezies used to always,
That's
cut
just like
the sides of-
that's the number one like dental injury in like West Virginia.
What?
It's just the cut sides from
Oreo
the
pack.
Oreo packaging.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you should stop that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Where are we?
I don't know, like 40 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know we're not doing great. We lost our steam after last week. We thought we were doing so good last week.
Last week was a good pod. We had a lot to talk about. This week, I think my problem is that I just did so much less. Like I don't.
Yeah, I lived less, and like whatever I did was not that entertaining. It was just boring as shit. I don't know. Oh, did you see the video of the guy getting taken down at Tim Hortons for not wearing a mask? Because now in Montreal and Quebec, masks are mandatory.
It's one of those weird things where at first you're like, put on your mask, you idiot. And then like at the end, you're like, well, this is a lot. It's like,
It is a lot. But
And the dumb
also
cop
he was
sprays
such a
mace
fucking piece of shit, though.
yeah, he sprayed, but like the cop's dumb. You don't spray mace indoors.
Yeah,
like
I
where
know.
all these people are, all this food is.
You just ruined the entire inventory of the Tim Hortons for that whole day. Just bite into a muffin. It's cayenne pepper.
He's so dumb, and you feel like there's a moment where he notices. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah. See, did he spray it? I don't think he sprayed it. I think
He does spray it. Yeah, everyone
Okay.
starts coughing in the video. Everyone's like, like, oh my god, great. This guy fucked up
just
so
everyone fucking up at the same time.
Because the main problem when you watch these videos with cops is that like you see this cop's vibe with his partner too. They want to take this guy down. He's super resistant. He knows they don't have much control of him. He's big. They can't take him down. He's struggling, and he doesn't know what to do. And you see the panic in the cop's eyes. You can see it. And
like,
if there
'cause
wasn't this audience of people, they go too far because they don't know what else to do. They're like, man, you see that moment and you're like, you know what you have to do? You probably have to put your knee on his neck. It's like, it's crazy. You're like, now I get that move. Like, I understand the move if it's not done too far. It's just, it's, but the guy's an asshole. It's just
The
like,
guy
if
was
they
a
tell you
piece
to
of shit.
leave, you leave. It's just so simple.
No, this guy would have caused a disturbance anywhere. He was go watch the video. He was a piece of shit.
It's funny just because like he's so American without being American, and it's just funny that like it's like very Quebec, and at the same time it just feels exactly like what's going on over there. There's no difference.
I saw people talking about it on Facebook, obviously, and it was someone I know and his ex-girlfriend got into it.
Oh,
like,
in
the Facebook comments. And so the guy I know was like, listen to the cops, leave the, masks are mandatory. It's a law now. You gotta do it. Yeah. And the girl's like, that's police brutality. You can't fucking do that. And they start getting into it. And then she's like, stop tagging me. This is harassment. And he's like, you're the one who commented on my thing in the first place. Then she's like, if you don't know, my ferret is fucking dying right now, and I don't feel like talking about this. It's like, who would know that your ferret's dying right now, dude? What are you talking about?
In case you weren't aware.
My ferret is having a really difficult time right now.
My elongated cat is not pleased. But that is so.
Now I know that you're like emotionally just ruined, and also your apartment smells like shit. That's the two things I know about you now that you talked about your ferret. Yeah.
Dude, let me tell you, a ferret is like if you own a ferret, you're so strange.
You're just a strange person.
You're a weird, strange person.
I just remembered something. I remember downtown. I used to go to school downtown, and there was this homeless guy with a ferret, and I saw this normal lady who I think had a class with me go and touch a homeless dude's ferret, and this was like pre-COVID. But like that's a rule that you should know. You don't touch a homeless man's ferret. You don't touch a homeless man's anything, especially not
his ferret.
Especially not his ferret. Just the most disgusting animal that you can domesticize.
Dude, so many pets that if, let's say, I'm dating and I go to your house and you have this pet, there's no way this is happening. A rat. If you're like, oh, look at how this rat lives on my shoulder. Look how it's people.
No, dude.
It's disgusting.
My old roommate had to house a rat in his bedroom for a month and a half, and I'm pretty sure the bedroom still smells like it. It's been 2 years now.
Get out of here. If you're an adult who has a rat, over, okay? That's one. Ferret for sure is top on that list. Let me tell you something. Snakes, okay.
Yeah.
It depends how you treat your snake. If your snake has a name and it's really accessible and you take it out all the time, no, I want nothing to do with you and your snake.
So what do you want? What snake relationship are you looking for?
Like a more of an aesthetic snake vibe.
Just a guy, just someone
it's
who's
built
got
into the wall. You know what I mean? With like a neon light on it.
Okay, so it's just like someone who likes leather pants and snakes.
Yeah. Like I'm the king of rock and roll. I have a snake in my wall. Of course I do. You know, there's a snake living in the guitar. You know why?
Yeah.
Like that.
He's going through a lot of snakes.
The vibrations are driving it crazy, but we don't care. It's badass. You know.
When he presses down on the whammy bar, the snake's like, just don't fucking do that anymore, dude.
And I'll say this, even though there's one person who I guess I hold as an exception, but not really because I know him, is the birds. You can't. I don't understand having a bird.
No, fuck birds, dude. I saw on the back of a Febreze bottle that said, "Okay for dogs and cats, but not for birds." It's like, how is that the except? What do you mean, not for birds? It just gets in their hollow bones and they become Febreze as they fly around.
I love that hollow bones thing. It's so funny.
I like that they have hollow bones. It's the funniest thing about them.
Yes, it's the creepiest thing. Yeah, a pet bird, like, and I'm talking like any level, right? Like if you have those crazy giant cockatoos with like those giant fur hats and they go like I suck, you know, like whatever they say. I fucking, and you think that's cool and cute, get out.
It's such an investment, dude. It's your entire life, a bird. A bird's going to outlive you.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Or like yeah. Well, but you know what's fucked up is just the idea of owning something, having a symbol of slavery
Freedom.
In your home.
Oh, yeah,
it's like what if I could draw slavery in a quick picture, it would most likely be a bird in a cage, and like you're literally just gonna put that in your home. Like it's
this bird loves me. We just have to clip its wings first.
It's just, you know what I got to do at night? I got to cover it with a blanket so it thinks it's nighttime. Otherwise, it's going to go insane. It's going to go crazy if I don't trick it into thinking it's night every day for the rest of its life.
Just early onset schizophrenia.
Dude, it's really crazy. It's like it's also this idea of like somebody like loves their bird, but it's like cooking chicken and playing Freebird while it's in a cage on the top of the kitchen. It's crazy. I had this friend who had this lovebird. Okay, and the lovebirds always come in two, you know, because like
budgies or whatever, right?
Yeah, but they're actually they're different than budgies. They're called lovebirds.
Okay.
And they come in twos, and one of them died. So now you just have the saddest bird in the world left. And he decided to keep it, and this bird would just
killed himself.
It just made no noise. Okay, it wouldn't sing. It would just go. That would, and it would do it about 1,000 times a minute. Okay, somehow it would just all and he would love and he'd be like, "Look, we talk." And I'd be like, "That's not talking. You're mentally not there right now, dude.
You're harming the bird's health, dude."
Dude, this bird would attack everyone but him. Like if he let it out of the cage, it would just chase you around the house. He had one of those houses where there's a staircase in the middle to upstairs, and like you could run around the whole side. It would just chase you forever. And he'd always be like, "It's afraid of red. Just show it something red." And you'd be like desperately looking for anything red, so you could be like, "Red."
Like a video game character. Just you gotta find the special red tool.
Dude, it was so, and it would bite your ears and shit. And it was a female bird. And again, this, like, I might be a little bit wrong about this, but the general is right. It would lay an empty egg like once every few months, and then they would have to take the eggs away from it. And
just a symbol of its sadness. Just
yeah,
like
and it would just
like this is a short story from the 1800s.
Exactly. It's like this is a story of some minorities in some awful country. You know what I mean? Where they just take this child before it's born, and then it would just suffer of depression every time the eggs were taken away. So it would go through like a month and a half of pure depression, besides its already depression that existed on its dead partner. You know what I mean?
And then the bird went to the top of a mountain and took a nap and woke up, and it was 40 years later.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
That
Every
bird's
time
name?
that
Rip
Finish.
Randomly Full. Doesn't matter.
Finish your goddamn joke. The bird, like, every time I was thought, like, it has one of those mirrors, you know, and you're like, every time it looked in that mirror, it must have had a moment being like, buddy, every day, just
it adopted your friend as its lover.
Yeah.
And then everyone else was a threat.
Yeah, it's so true. It's exactly what it was. It did a cool thing. One thing that it did, I used to like watching it do, is it would go around and grab newspaper and just like cut the paper in strips, like down the edge. It would start at the top and go and just like take these strips off and then just nestle it into its back feathers.
It just made I was gonna say it made like a paper mache version of itself as a friend.
Yeah, it would just like double
Can I
up
get
its
some
tail.
wet, whatever that wet stuff is that you use to paper mache? Can I get some wet, please?
And we're like, because he was bringing it back to its nest to like bring whatever to make some, but at one point it had all of it in its back feathers, and it kind of looked like it was just trying to pretend it was a peacock. Like no one's gonna know.
Hey guys, come here for a second. I've been working on this thing. You guys like this? And all your friends, all his friends are like, "Yeah, dude, you're doing great." It's like, we gotta fucking intervene here. We gotta have a bird intervention.
An intervention for
what was the bird's name? Do you remember?
Beady.
Beady. Oh, that's a good name.
Well, it's like. I was like, because it has beady eyes. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, that's not
good.
Endearing, you know.
I mean, I kind of did the same thing with my boxer. I have a boxer. They have like stupid looking eyes, and it looked like Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Who was in Boardwalk Empire when I got the dog, so I called it the dog Nucky because it looked like Nucky Thompson.
Yeah.
It's not bad, you know. But Beady, I feel like
I bet you thought that show was going to be a Sopranos, though. Like you thought,
oh,
this is going to be a lasting name, but really, no one gave a shit about the show in the end.
I was also watching The Wire. Like, we got a female dog at the end. Like, if it was going to be I wanted to call it Omar.
Mm-hmm.
But but
it just seems a little.
Boardwalk was really good. Boardwalk Empire was really good.
It was good. I fell off it a little bit at the end, but
yeah, because the show fell off in general. Because that guy, who's that guy that was like, what's his fucking name, with the pretty lips? He's
Orange
apparently
Screw.
insane. I don't know. Yeah,
the pretty lips.
The blonde guy, Michael Pitts, maybe.
Oh,
Pitts?
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like
He was
they
a psycho?
they had to kill him off the show because of how crazy he was apparently on set.
Oh, really?
And they also had like Paz de la Huerta on that show, who also kind of lost a little bit, but I think it's because of how she was treated in Hollywood and stuff. I think she might have been like an early Weinstein accuser. I'm not sure.
Did they end it, or did it just end?
They ended the show. They killed off all the people who had problems on set, and then they ended it through there. I was thinking about how fucking badass Rothstein, the guy who fixed like the White Sox scandal. In that show, I was like thinking about like, oh, I fucking love that character. He's so badass. But looking back on it, the most badass thing he does is like tells a story about how like he bet a man whose job it was to swallow pool balls that he couldn't swallow the white one because he knew that it was like a 1/8 of an inch wider in diameter, so he would choke on it. And that was like the most badass thing. It's like, oh, the Jewish mafia is just like good at math. That's all they do.
It's true.
They rig the World Series, and then it's like, oh yeah, cue ball is the fattest ball of them all, so you'll die if you try to swallow it.
I just hate the writer who's like, yeah, smart is this, and you're like, I don't feel like it's smart at all. You know, like it's a crazy dude who was like sitting in a bar one day, who's the writer, and he was like, did you know?
It's the one like trivia fact that he has. He's like, I'm gonna fucking put this in a show.
Yeah, exactly. So proud of it. That's like how I feel when we talked about it last time when I was watching that movie, the Quentin Tarantino movie, True Romance. Is that
true? Yeah.
It just seems like he's like, if I was cool, this is what I'd be like. You know what I mean? Like, that's how he writes the characters. I think that's really technically how so many writers write. You know. like the cooler version of themselves that they wish they could.
Yeah,
be.
the cooler version of and all the weird shit. You put them in one thing, and it's like, oh, it's a quirky movie.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Zach Braff did with Garden State. He's like, I know this band, the Shins. Let's make a movie about a guy whose entire personality is knowing a band that's kind of cool.
Yeah, what is that movie good?
I mean, it's good if you're 19.
Yeah.
And you think you're gonna fall in love with Natalie Portman at a doctor's office or some shit.
I mean, I'll fall in love with Natalie Portman. I'll do that part.
Okay.
V for your vagina.
Nice, dude.
Killed
We
that
got an
one.
episode title.
Killed that one. Yeah, I don't know. Weird pets. Yeah, I'm not down with any of it. I mean, my
Did you ever
cat's
have
weird.
fish?
Yeah, it's so that same friend who had the weird, because like once you have a weird pet thing, you have a weird pet thing. He had, well, they're not pets. He had the Venus flytraps first, like to taste his.
What is up with that fucking thing, by the way?
Man, it makes
What
no
is up
sense.
with what
They
is
just want
that?
us to accept
Why are
it.
you half animal?
They want us
That's
to
a thing
accept it.
That should be in cartoons only, and it's a thing that should scare children. And it's like the idea of you'll find needles in your Halloween candy. It never happens. There's no Venus flytraps, but there shouldn't be. It
Dude,
shouldn't exist.
I was watching this one clip. It was just 2 seconds of a frog and a little baby frog, and it leaped into one, and the thing
And it ate
closed,
it.
and the frog was looking up like, this is not going to be good. And
Uh-oh.
you know how slow that death is going to be? It's going to slowly decompose from the outside. It's going to take like a year for it to just die. It's so.
But also, what does the fucking plant do with the frog meat? What do you need it for?
It doesn't need it. It's just doing it because it can. It's just a principle. It got confused as a species.
It's the abuser of the plant world.
Man, it makes no sense.
Also,
really
it looks
makes no
evil.
sense.
It looks evil, which is pretty cool when you think about it. That it does evil shit, eat stuff as a plant.
Well, it's so funny because you could put your finger in it and you just don't feel right about it. It closes on it and it's like
I've never met one.
it just sucks on your finger for a second. It's too big, and it curls out. It's
Too salty.
Yeah, exactly. Not for me.
Oh, speaking of salty, my girlfriend's got this salt lamp.
What is that?
Yeah, it's just look it up. It's a lamp that's made of salt.
Yeah, it's
a big crystal looking thing
that has a light in the middle of it.
Yeah. Did you know those things get wet? I picked it up today. We had to move a piece of furniture. It was just wet.
Why was it wet?
Sweats. It just sweats.
Because it absorbs and releases salt.
I don't know, dude.
Moisture?
I thought you would know what it is.
Why would I know what that is? I have nothing.
Why didn't I Google this before? Why do salt lamps
I hate crystals.
get wet?
Carly loves them. We have them all over our house.
I know. I have a fucking crystal in my
goddamn
Don't
gems
listen
and
to
crystals and Buddha heads. Why are they all the same? I don't understand. Why are they all Buddhists?
I don't know.
What happened when all women got together to become Buddhists?
Salt is hygroscopic and and it means it attracts water from the air. Oh, okay. So the AC's on in the room, so the fucking the lamp gets wet.
It's gross as shit.
That's so gross.
Anyway, so what I was saying about the plant. So
Sorry,
then
man.
after that, he went on to the next carnivore, which is a little bit more serious. As it got older, he got the piranhas, right? So
I think that's the natural. I want to make fun of this guy, but that is the natural. If you were in the FBI studying serial killers, he's yeah, this guy owns a Venus fly, whatever the fuck. The guy be he went with piranhas next day.
Dude,
that's the natural. And then it's tarantulas.
I'm gonna go off on a quick tirade because it just came to my head and I can't forget it. And it's actually something. So he had he once mailed in this weird company just to get these stickers and decals, because he kids will loves
Just
cool
the shocker
stickers.
decal or
And
whatever.
they're these stickers of a picture of an alien's head, like one of those classic aliens with the big beady eyes and triangular head,
A gray.
and with an arrow and with a red no smoking sign over it. You know what I mean?
Okay,
It's
so-
no aliens. And we always thought it was cool, get the aliens away. And then
Oh
only
shit!
later in my life, in my mid-20s, did I realize we were posting no immigrants,
No immigrants,
all
please.
over Montreal. We
just accidental hate
Dude,
crimes.
we littered the entire city with stickers for no immigrants everywhere, thinking they were cool, no aliens. We didn't realize. And it was all one day when I was listening to that song, I'm an alien.
Dude, I was just thinking that. That's when I was 7, my dad would listen to the Sting, and it's the only reason why I know what an illegal alien is. So I went to fall into that stupid trap you fell into.
I remember I'm a lesbian. I'm a legal lesbian. I thought she was like Ally McBeal in New York.
I am Ally McBeal in your vagina.
Yeah. And then so we used to post them anywhere, and that's the kind of guy he was. Anyway, so we got these piranhas, and we went to go get these.
Wait, no,
fish.
but you can't just say that's the type of like just because he ordered stickers that he didn't know the meaning of, it doesn't make him
He's just the kind of guy who wanted like animals to kill other animals
shit.
and put stickers everywhere. He liked to graffiti and tag things.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Now he's like the quietest little farmer. He started a farm in Ontario. He's got like 3 kids.
Yeah.
He's so far removed from the person.
Okay, he's got a fucking secret barn, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a secret barn
where he's killing immigrants.
Venus flytrap piranha hybrids.
Yeah. So we had these piranhas. We used to feed them, and we got these. Well, no, I went there once, and we're like, we're gonna feed them. So we went to the store to buy feeder fish, and they're really cheap goldfish, like small little goldfish. And we brought them back to his house. And we're like, yeah, let's feed these piranhas. But they were small piranhas, and we like took one in, like we're like ready for the cartoon, and then like it's just like a bone left, and that's it, you know?
Right.
And then we put it in, and the fish and these fucking piranhas are such assholes. They just take a nibble and leave. And they're like,
oh yeah, they just let it die.
Every few minutes, maybe some 15 minutes later, they start taking nibbles, and this thing is slowly dying, and we're just like white in the face, being like, "This isn't the cool thing." Like this is us.
I just want to see like a cat just take a fish skeleton out of its mouth, like in a back alley.
Exactly. So it wasn't working, and we were so like we're all a bit scarred. So me and the other guy that were there that day were like, "Can we just take the goldfish home and make them happy and give them good lives? Can we just take care of them?" And so we took.
I want to name them Tom and Jerry, and they're gonna be best friends forever.
They'll never be apart. And so I brought 3 of them home, and the weirdest thing, so I only had 2 fish bowls at the time. So we're like, we'll put 2 of them in one and 1 of them in the other. And then a few days later, one of the fish killed the other fish by like ramming its body in like, or like just like sucking as hard as it could because there was blood on the fish, like on the side of it.
Oh no!
And I said it.
Oh, you took like the half-eaten fish home.
No, not the fat.
Oh.
No.
Okay,
I'm telling you, like the next day we woke up, one of the fish was dead, and it was bleeding a little on the side. It wasn't bleeding the day we put it in there, so the other fish must have attacked it. But it's a goldfish. I don't know what weapons it has. Like its eyelashes are really sharp, and it's like, get you with these. So I remember saying like it learned from the piranha. It watched the piranha, and my mom told me I was a psychopath, which I probably was. And then she put the other we're consolidating fish tanks, you know. So she put the other fish in there, and then the next day the other fish died too.
Holy
and I was like, it was this fish. But then this fish that we bought for 10 cents, okay, that ate the souls of 2 other fish, right, now lives in this bowl. And I am the worst owner in the world. Sometimes I'd wake up, I'd like look to the side, and it would
just
be
spit in the tank.
It would be in this much water, and it's green. You couldn't even see anything. It was like thick. I thought I could pick up a green thing, and then out of nowhere, the fish would just swim out, and my mother would eventually come and change its water. And then the ice storm happened. And we all had to
1998, everybody. 1998.
Oh, 98.
The storm of ice.
When phones flipped to be open.
I had power the entire time. That was the greatest fucking 2 weeks of my life.
That's why
no school and power, just playing Donkey Kong 64.
That's because the government took out the Jewish communities.
Okay.
So
they really just let like, because we just had French Canadians around me and like 4 Lebanese and 4 Portuguese and us. That was. So really, that the government really looked out for us, dude.
We did have the power for a while, but we lost it eventually. And when we did lose it, we were all like, "Okay, we have to get out." But we didn't take the fish. We're like, "We're not like." My mother's like, "I'm sorry, we're leaving the fish behind."
Not the fish murderer, like he's on death row, dude. He's in solitary confinement.
Leave Dexter behind. So I was like, "Okay, fine." So we like leave, and there's no heat on in the place for one, so we don't feed it. It's dead.
Right.
We come back a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks later, and it's still swimming, man. Dude, this thing lived off the algae that was in the water and just kept on swimming to keep it from freezing. You know,
dude, you got like Ted Bundy's like reincarnated.
Yeah, it's like the Chucky of fish. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
I think it was a serial killer, and it came back, and then it was again just like murdering and like.
So I don't even know the math, but I know I obviously got it that year. That's 1998, and I am positive this thing did not die until like 2008, 2009. Like my mother kept it in the after that happened. She like was like, this fish is crazy. I'm gonna keep it, and she kept it forever.
She converted it to Judaism.
Yeah, absolutely. It has a little yarmulke. We circumcised it. It was difficult. It's crazy what you could do with a razor blade if you're sharp.
Just one of those like little art exactos, just like tiny little.
Yeah, and
So your
and
mom's a moil.
my mom's a whale. So that's my only fish experience, and I
That's
don't
way
like
more of a
it.
memory than mine. I just had 2 goldfish who died after a while. That's it.
Yeah, but it's fun to like carry them home like in a bag, you know, and they're just in the
Like, I'm gonna
bag.
save you soon, buddy.
Yeah, don't worry, you got it. And you're like spinning it, like don't spin it. Like, I'm sorry.
They're going for a ride. They're going for a ride.
They love it. They love it.
I want them at the carnival. They're gonna go for a ride. They like the carnival.
Nothing's funnier than a parent who doesn't trust their kids, so they're giving them a fish over and over again. Like, no, this is the pet, okay? We don't want to kill anything bigger than this, so please just take this.
I mean, what's the next step? Salamander?
I guess I had hamsters; those died.
You had hamsters?
Yeah, we had hamsters that died hard.
Every kid I knew had First of all, they were always the weird kid who couldn't be trusted with a dog.
Yeah,
They're always the one, and they always inexplicably died within a month, and then just had a weird basement stench for another month after that.
We got the dog later. We got a first dog, but it was a German Shepherd, and my grandmother came over and had flashbacks, and we were like, okay, we went all the wrong direction with this one. We should have realized there's just one breed of dog we shouldn't have gotten. We somehow managed to get the one with the swastika like shaped into its side. And so we had to give that one back, and then we got a Cocker Spaniel years later, which I've spoken about.
Right.
But we had the hamsters. My father had a bird when we were really young.
You would come from a bird family.
He is a weird, it's like feeding it things from his mouth. Like, no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like, why is his claws not hurting your shoulder? Stop pretending you're comfortable. You know what I mean? I don't like it. They're always like, oh, it only bites a little bit, and then it fucking takes a chunk out of their earlobe, and they're like, it's love. We're love. They love us. And a mouse. I had a mouse once.
Why would you have a mouse?
Because it was a
Did you
mistake.
ask for it?
I think I had this quirky girlfriend who stole it from a pet store at when I was at Dawson. She went to the pet store in the Lexus Neon and asked if she could see the mouse and distracted the guy, just like ran or something like that. And then like had it all day and like gave it to me, brought it to my house because whatever, she was coming over, and then left it with me. And I took care of it for a bit. My sister had a cat, and that cat made this mouse. By the end, it looked like a cartoon mouse. It had half a tail, and one of its ears had literally one of those triangles out of the side. You know what I mean? It was grizzled, you know, like it was making moonshine, and it's
you walk into the bathroom, and like there's just like a splayed out like mouse, like a bear rug or whatever. It's just a mouse rug in the litter box.
Just see you come home and your cat's using a toothpick near your thing, just like Sylvester. You're like, all right, you got it.
It's a mouse tail.
Yeah, but I had a mouse for a minute, and I did not like that either. But dog only. So a lot of weird pets, I guess.
Okay, I just had regular pets. 3 dogs in my life.
3 dogs is a lot. Why are you killing so many dogs?
What do you mean? I had one from 2 years before.
2 years
before, 3-4 years before I was born to 11 was one dog.
Yeah.
And then 12 to 20 something was another dog, and then to this dog now has cancer because the boxers get cancer like crazy. But she's still chugging along.
You know, boxers get cancer like crazy.
They're great dogs. It's almost worth. They shouldn't exist. Is the truth? Is that like
it's not fair for them?
They're great dogs, but if you can get like a boxer mix, you know, they should make more dogs with boxers.
There's no boxoodle, is there?
No, there shouldn't be. That
should be a boxoodle.
No, but the boxers are fucking great. Anything else before we should we make this an extra long one?
Well, I think I don't have anything on the top of my head. You have another story?
No, I don't have any other stories. No. Next time I got a couple things.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to go now, like I think we were like 40.
We did over an hour.
Oh yeah, so then we're good. Okay, yeah. I love everyone who's listening. I love everyone who's going to listen in the future. We have 3 more episodes to make this work, so tell your friends.
If you listen, I'm not gonna lie. This one had a little bit of a lull, maybe halfway through, but then we really got it back with the Venus fly trap.
Yeah, that was fun.
Shit. Yeah. So if you made it this far, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and tune in. And also, like, if you only listen and you want to support us, give us a subscribe on YouTube. And if you only watch, get on Spotify and download.
Just listen. Diversify the way you consume Oren and Jason. All right,
listen to us at least 7-8 times a day if you can do that.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. But we'll be back next week and the week after that because we are not quitters.
We're getting 8 of these in. Actually, we only have 2 more until we get 8. But after that, baby. Oh yeah, I got suspended from. I don't even know what Quora is.
Yeah.
It's just like a question answering service.
Yeah.
And I got suspended from Quora for spamming our link as what podcast, what Canadian podcast, what comedy podcast, someone asked for a non-vulgar comedy podcast, and I was like, well, these boys get a little, it's my full name on the answer. These boys get a little vulgar, but check them out. And I got an email 10 minutes later being like, you've been suspended from Quora.
Well, it's time for me to get onto Quora.
Get on Quora, baby.
Yeah, let's figure it out. I'll bring them in. They're coming.
All right. I'm going to stop recording right now.
All right. Well, I will see you later.
Love everybody.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye. Bye.